Howdy folks, Rudrose here, and today I thought I would do something kind of fun. So since Reign of Jafar is coming to a close and rotation is about to begin, I thought it would be a great time to look at all the enchanted cards and rate them based on their art. So I'm going to do a little enchanted tier list here. This will be strictly on the art of the cards. It doesn't matter how strong or weak the card itself is. This is just based on the art. And since art is, of course, incredibly subjective, I will try to explain the best I can why a certain card speaks to me or doesn't, but some of this will just boil down to, I don't know, my brain just tells me, oh, that looks nice, and then it also says, oh, this doesn't look nice. So let me know in the comments below what you think some of your favorite art is, and let's hop to it. And these are not in any certain order. I think it's going to mainly try to go by set, but I can see they're kind of jumbled all over the place. So first we'll start with Hades. I'm a big fan of cards where the character is like reaching towards the screen. So I do like that for the hand, but other than that, he's just kind of okay. I guess I'd kind of consider this, what's average? I guess B tier, maybe like a C tier. Mickey, so another thing that I look for in Enchanted is how different is it from the original art, and a lot of these set ones are pretty similar to the original art, so like Mickey doesn't really speak to me. He's right there with Hades. Genie, I will give a few extra points to as a B because he has this, there's just that little guard he has that he's about to snap in his hands, and I've always kind of been curious, like, what's going to happen to that guard? Is he going to like turn into a, a sheep or a box, or is he just going to disappear, or what's going on? This Mickey also is just, he's just fine. I mean, yeah, I don't know. That just nothing about that really speaks to me. Stitch is okay. I like Stitch a little better. I like how much of the space he takes up. I do like this little piece of toast with the fish he's reaching for. Stitch isn't a character I've ever really cared for, but yeah, he's fine. Elsa is okay. I almost like the pose in her base version better than the Enchanted version. I feel like the Enchanted version is kind of eh. So, I don't know. This one doesn't overly speak to me. Belle is fine. Again, I don't know why. It just doesn't really speak to me. Nothing wrong with it. But Simba is... I just feel like Simba's a little... I don't know. It's just kind of plain. Like, I don't know who these monkeys are. I guess they're all part of Pride Rock. Like, you can see the Z... I almost wish you could see the animals down here a little better, because I think that would maybe give it a little more flavor. Like, it's clearly as he's ascending Pride Rock near the end of the movie, but... I don't know. Another one that just doesn't really speak to me. Most of these set ones don't really speak to me. I actually am going to knock these out by set. Aladdin, I really don't like. I don't like how similar he is to his normal pose. Same with Maui. It's just like the main Maui, the normal version, he's just standing there with the hook on his shoulder, and then this one he's running at the screen, which again, normally I like when something's coming at the screen, but it just seems so plain. Like, these just don't do much for me. Same for Aurora. Like, I just really wasn't into the set one Enchanted. So Aurora's just, these are all kind of on a similar level. With the exception of, oddly enough, set one has my favorite Enchanted in the entire game, and that is Tinkerbell. She's going to go all the way up here to S tier. This is my personal favorite Enchanted in the whole game. And what I love is how different it is from her base version. Her base version is her in the water, towering over the ship, looking down. You see the little guys on the cliff to the left. And here, she's so big, she actually picks the ship up, and it's a changed perspective. Instead of the camera being up, looking down at Tinkerbell, now the camera is below, looking up at her. She scoops the ship up. Fantastic. Like, they knocked it out of the park with her. I absolutely adore this card. Set 2, Cinderella is fine. It's fine. Snow White, I'm a little biased towards, because this is the first Enchanted I've ever actually pulled from any pack of cards. It was my very first one, so I'm kind of biased towards it. I do love the art in the background, and she takes up most of the center space. Other than that, it's kind of just a portrait, so yeah, she's kind of just there. Arthur, I am going to give an A tier, because even though he doesn't take as much of the space as I'd like, I love the business going on with the kind of magical... the papers and the swirl of magic and the candles and everything. So they get an A for effort on that, trying it. Maleficent Dragon is kind of plain looking for a dragon. Like, it's kind of underwhelming how much a big dragon just doesn't really look like anything there. Pete, I love how much of the space he takes up, but again, I don't really find anything special about him. Beast, I think, is way too similar to his original pose. We'll put Beast. Like, I think... Yeah, I don't know. Beast just doesn't speak to me at all. Maybe there. Shere Khan, I think, looks quite nice. I like how much of the space he takes up. I like that he's really brandishing his claws. And again, this is pretty different than his original art, so this one speaks to me. Lady Tremaine, which is a card I absolutely adore. But her art is kind of just like a portrait. We'll put her... She's kind of like right there with Aurora. Yeah, she's not like, I'm not over the moon about her. Alice, I love the pose on Alice. I wish she was a little larger, But I like the action. I like that you can see her stuck in the house and she's kind of like stumbling through this valley. So cool card. I wish she took up more of the space. I feel like there's too much empty space. Sisu, this goes in the S rank. This is a card I bought at the Dallas DLC last year because I just love this. So I was born in the year of the dragon. So dragons have always spoken to me. It's my favorite animal, even though it's a fake animal. But of all the like mythical animals, dragons are my favorite. And this very much alludes to dragons and knowledge and wisdom, especially in like Eastern culture and them holding orbs. So I just adore this card. I even liked using the card itself, but art-wise, my gosh, that's gorgeous. I absolutely love it. Hercules is pretty good. I like how different this is from the original. I like he's punching upwards, breaking that pillar. That looks very good. Contrast that with Namari. This is so plain. I don't get that one at all. Set 3 is going to be interesting because I think set 3 like simultaneously does some of these cards justice and poorly at the same time. It's a very weird feeling. Like Chernobog does not speak to me at all. He just looks so plain. The card looks dark. I don't get it. I don't really care for this wispy style that they came out with in set 3, with a few exceptions. One of them being Kita. I do think Kita looks gorgeous. I don't know why. I think it's maybe her pose, like the fact that her eyes are closed, she's leaning back, this energy's coming out of her. I don't know why. This absolutely speaks to me. All of the locations are pretty much guaranteed bottom D tier. They're just boring. There's nothing exciting about them. You have this obnoxious thing where you have to turn them sideways, but it's just boring. It's just like, yep, there's a location. Okay. Jafar, I'm also probably slightly biased towards because this is, I believe, the second Enchanted I ever pulled. So, of the wispy ones, I do like him a little better, but I also have to be honest, like, I don't think this is the best looking one. I'm going to put it down here I'll put it right behind Alice. Maleficent and the Sorcerer's Hat. Again, the Sorcerer's Hat's just kind of boring. It's there. It's a hat. Maleficent, again, she's got some of the wispiness like Kita. I don't know if it's just because Kita's yellow and yellow's my favorite color, but like Maleficent doesn't speak to me at all, and Kita absolutely does. So Maleficent's going to come down here too. I think it's worse than Tremaine, honestly. Morph, I think is actually really cute. I like him. I love how happy he looks with his big eyes. I just wish he took up more of the space. He's just a bit too small there, but I like him on top of the crow's nest. Ursula, man, it's clear they really tried with this card, but this just doesn't do it for me. I mean, I'd probably it's better than Belle. Like, I love the detail with not the squids, the eels going around her. But I don't know. Maybe it's the coloring. There's just something about it. I see it and I'm just kind of like, all right. I'm just not moved. Both Cusco's Palace and the Legacy, those are D tier. All the locations are bad. Of the portraits, I do think Hook and Peter Pan probably benefit the most. Peter Pan more so. I'm going to put Peter Pan kind of up here with Morph. I think Hook is a little worse. Like, I think Hook's a little better than Jafar. But I think it works well for them. And Peter Pan in particular, like, I don't know, I just like the facial expression he has on this. See, Grandma Tala, she uses the space well, but her face is just strange, I guess. Like, that doesn't make me think of the character from the movie. So I kind of find this one a little above Maleficent. Scrooge, I love, though. Scrooge, I think, is a portrait done well. And maybe it's just because it's Scrooge, it works well for him, because I could see Scrooge McDuck having this in his manner. Maybe it's because of the space. The top hat really shines. Lucky Dime, I don't know. But Scrooge works for me. Belle's house is obviously a stinker. Mickey is okay. I kind of like the rustic look that Mickey has, but that's about it. He's kind of there with Ursula. Robin Hood, man, I think the original art for Robin Hood is incredible, with him holding up the door with the arrows coming through it and he's protecting the little girl. This one just looks so plain. Like, it doesn't use the space well. There's all this empty space around him. Yeah, I don't know. I much prefer the base art for Robin Hood. I think this one is done very poorly. However, another one they absolutely knock out of the park is Along Came Zeus. This is an S tier. It's similar to Tinkerbell, right? It is a complete change of perspective. The original card is you see the muses looking up at the cliff, gazing up at Zeus, and this one it's Zeus coming right at you, right at the camera. That lightning bolt just jamming into the Titans, like, holy moly. That's how you make an Enchanted, baby. Yeah, Zeus is S tier. Cinderella, even though I've pulled this one, it's just kind of Like, this is for, again, I don't know why. The wisps here do nothing for me. She's just kind of there. Ursula, I really don't like that they made so many of these set championship promos also have an Enchanted. She's fine. Yeah, she's probably better than some of these. Maybe she's up here, like, with Hades, because I do like the way the crown shines. But Yen Sid, however, is excellent. There's something about his look as he... I don't know if he's conjured this butterfly or he's just holding on to it, but this is beautiful. And again, very different from his normal art, where it's more him leaning back, holding his hand forward. Second star to the right is way too similar to its original version. That gets a D tier. Look at This Family is actually okay for what it represents, but it doesn't really speak to me on much level. Diablo, again, very different from his original version. I still don't think this one's incredible, but I like it. It is at least different, and it stands out versus the original card. Jasmine, here the wisps work for me. The wispiness of the card absolutely works for me. Why? I don't know. I can't tell you why one works and one doesn't, but it almost looks like she's fading away in sand, or she's coming out of the sand. Her facial expression is great. It fills me with curiosity and mystery. What is she thinking? What has just happened to her? And that's good when the art can make me, wonder and question like that. Bruno, I love the design of this, but he is just too tiny. Like, these rats are bigger than he is on the card, and I don't like that. But I love the fact that you have the green tablets from the film. So, like, and the twisting staircases. The concept of this art is great, but I just wish he was bigger. It's just so tiny. Goof, for one of these portraits, it's one of the better portraits. Again, probably because he's coming towards the screen. He's got that superhero look to him. All the locations are pretty much just D tier instantly. Anna, another good wispy one. I think this works pretty well. About right there with Goofy. I like the blue better in this one, but I think I just like the Goofy a little better. Ariel, this is another S tier. This one just works for me. I don't know if it's because it's that look on her face. I like when she looks happy, or maybe she's just saying something or conquered, and the way her hair flows around her. And here's another example where, for whatever reason, the wisps work. Like, the wispiness coming off of her spear here just looks great, and her facial expression is just perfect. I love Ariel. She's so good. Meanwhile, the queen is she's in that Ursula category. She's just fine, but nothing about this card speaks to me. Sisu, I think, looks actively bad. I've always hated this Enchanted. This is another example similar to Robin Hood. I think the base version looks way better. She's so much more intriguing in her base form. And then she's kind of got that, like, liquid paint look to her. I don't know. I just don't like the way she looks in this. Minnie, another one I have myself. One of the better kind of portrait ones. It's just the color really pops on Minnie. I love yellow. And she really stands out with that. Plus, like, the feather in her cap coming off there. I know. Works. Yellow works well. And Piglet's fine, too. Like, Piglet isn't amazing, but let's see. I'll probably put him... He stands out mainly just because of the size of him. So maybe I'll put him down here behind Minnie. And I like how big the sword is when he's brandishing it. Dude, set 5 is a set of extremes when it comes to Enchanted art. Naveen is pretty good. He's kind of got that portrait look. There's almost like this watercolor feel to set 5. I'm not really sure how else to describe it, but I do like it a little better than the wispiness. I think we're going to and when I'm looking at him side by side, he just pops. He has so much more color to him. So we're going to put him up there by Hercules. Unfortunately, this one is boring. There's so much dead, empty space on that card. Same with Finders Keepers. I actually played a deck. My friend let me borrow their Blurple deck, and it had an Enchanted Finders Keepers in it. And I almost didn't even realize it was enchanted because I just feel like it looks so plain. There's so much empty space on that card. It's so boring. Clarabelle, I'm kind of biased because I pulled myself, but I think this goes up there with Naveen. She takes up most of the space. She kind of pops off the page. You're Welcome speaks to me a little less for whatever reason. I couldn't quite tell you why. Locations do look a little better here, like Red Against Party, just because they have that nice, super colorful, pastel watercolor look to it. I don't know if the correct way to describe it, but it's a boring card. Tantrum is another one I love the concept of, but he doesn't take up enough room. I wish there wasn't all this dead space above him, but I do like the concept of Tantrum, so I'll put it right there. Arthur, I think, looks great. I love how much of the room he takes up. I might even look how much he pops. He's got to go above his other version. He can go above Kita too. As a matter of fact, looking at these side by side, I'm going to lower this Arthur a bit now. He's going to go down to put him right there. All the locations are kind of just duds. Vanellope's okay. She's just kind of boring. Nothing about her really speaks to me. Archimedes is a great concept. He looks so different than his normal version. And again, I'm a big fan of that. And it's just so colorful. The colors they used on these ones just popped so much. Olaf definitely gets high A tier just because of the creativity of all the little baby snowmen on him are so cute. I absolutely adore those. When it comes to Scar, I actually think this looks worse than his set championship one. And I know those aren't the same card of the same set, but just that art speaks to me way more. This one's just kind of, it's like Vanellope. It's just kind of there. Donald, yeah, and another one's just like, meh. It's kind of cool. He's holding the pie up, but he's a bit tiny on there. Just looking at Robin Hood is an S tier. the colors on this shine so much, and the look on his face, he looks so elated, like he's about to take the shot of his life, or maybe he's already made it, and him looking upward is gorgeous. Same with, of course, Mufasa. Mufasa is absolutely S tier. There's just the coloring on Mufasa just jumps off the screen. It just jumps off the screen. Like, my goodness, did they get him right. And see, kind of by contrast, King Candy, though, even with all this pink, and he's got like a bunch of wispy and kind of abstract stuff behind him, somewhat similar to Mufasa. Mufasa just leaps out at me, and King Candy, I'm just like, meh, he's there, I guess. So just kind of funny how different art hits you on different angles. Last but not least, Snow White. I love this pose. I love the shield. She's got like the knight attire, and with the bird on her hand is gorgeous. I just wish there was more with her background. Like, if you look at her side by side with Arthur, Arthur takes up so much of this space, and that sword looks massive, whereas Snow White has all this kind of blank area behind her. So I just wish she had a little more going on, but she'll probably go... These colors just pop so much. See, I almost like Jasmine and Scrooge better. Yeah, I think that's okay. I'm going to go over these all at once for set 6 because I think set 6 probably has the worst enchanteds in the game. I understand what they were going for. The idea of like, oh, it's the Azurite Sea, you're sailing it, you've got these maps, these treasure maps, and conceptually there's some fun stuff. I love that Daisy has the ships behind her. I love that Basil has this kind of Vitruvian man going on with all the different drawings. I like that you can see Raya there. Like, conceptually, there's some cool stuff here. Gadget, I think, looks great with how much space she takes up. But I'm sorry, these are boring. Like, and they're so colorless. Like, when you go from something like frickin' Mufasa and all this color to all this brown, this has all just got to be D tier for me. Moving on to set 7, some of this speaks to me so well, and some of it doesn't. Like, Aurora and Mirabelle are so pretty. Like, there's a lot of color, but then when you look at them in a small vacuum, which you kind of have to do, right? When you look at them smaller, that's kind of what they're going to look on the playing card itself. Yes, you won't get the actual foiling effect, so they're going to look prettier in that sense, but when I look at them at a distance, I can't quite even tell what this Aurora card is doing versus something like Bolt or Tramp. It's very clear what this card is. We're looking at it at a distance. It's like, oh, okay, I mean, I guess that's Aurora. So these ones, I'm just kind of, I don't know. Like, as much as I didn't really care for the first chapter ones, and I thought they were all kind of average, I can instantly, oh, that's Belle on her bookcase. That's Ursula. Like, what is this going on with this Aurora? What is this Mirabelle? I can see it in more detail when I blow it up here, but yeah, I don't know. These ones are kind of just for me, even though they're colorful. So I'm gonna put her there. Bolt stands out, and granted, I have a Westie, so maybe I'm biased to Bolt as well, but he stands out here. Let's put him. I'll put him next to Pete. I think that's a good spot for him. Maybe we'll move Cinderella. Not that these are in a perfect order. And Glass Slipper, it's a plain card, but I can at least very much tell what's going on. So it's fine. Donald, I actually kind of prefer his normal art better. He's a bit too tiny here. Like, I just wish he was bigger on the board. Jafar is okay. I don't know. This one just doesn't speak to me that much. I don't really care for his face there. Show me more. Again, at a distance, it's kind of hard to tell what this card's even about. Tramp, however, is absolutely gorgeous. He's probably going in S tier for me. Granted, maybe I'm biased. I'm kind of biased towards dogs, but Tramp, I think, is way better than Bolt. I don't know if it's the facial expression. I don't know if Tramp, I think, actually benefits from a little more simplicity. He has a background, but that's it. It's not all this like wispiness, which is funny, right? Because in the previous set, I was like, hey, the wispiness worked for me, but for whatever reason, I think it's like a detriment to these first kind of amber cards. So yeah, Tramp's S tier for me. Bolt, yeah, Bolt's gonna stay where he's at. Mad Hatter is fine. I like his pose a lot. I kind of wish he took up more of the screen. Hero, I think, is even worse than his store championship one, which is kind of sad. Return of Hercules is okay. I don't really like the way Hercules looks. Like, I like how colorful it is, but I feel like his face and Meg's face just looks weird. Radigan, however, totally works. His grin is positively diabolical, and I think he looks fantastic. He should go up to... He'll go up next to Bolt. Yeah, Radigan really works. Belle, a little small. I do like the idea that she's in this hot air balloon inventing, but other than that, I don't know. The rest of it just kind of blends in for me. The diamond, for similar to the Glass Slipper, for just being a diamond, I actually think that one looks kind of cool. Tamatoa, again, totally biased because I pulled this card, but at a distance, you can... Oh, that's freaking Tamatoa, and he's holding a bunch of stuff, so I think he is one of the better looking ones. All is Found. This is a perfect. I love this pose. I love that it's. I can't remember what their mother's name was, but she clearly just sang them the song and she put him to sleep on the bed. I just wish it was bigger because when you see it at a distance, it's a little harder for me to tell what exactly is going on here. But because I do love the pose, I'm gonna raise this one up here all the way to that territory. Mickey looks pretty good overall. Again, I think he could have filled the space a little better, but I do like that he's got like a lute all of a sudden, or it's got a single string, so I can't imagine that makes too many good different notes. But and then Restoring Atlantis, it's just like All Is Found. I love this pose. I love that she's up there with the masks and they're all shooting this light out and it's emanating from her. It looks so powerful, but it's so tiny and she's so tiny on it that it just makes it hard to tell. So I'm gonna get, for the pose alone, I'm gonna put it up there with All Is Found. Set 8 probably has some of the best enchanted work across the board. There's very few on here that I just outright don't like. I absolutely love Lady's Card. Again, I'm very biased because I love dogs, but she pops. I think she quite S tier because she doesn't quite speak to me on the level Tramp does, but she's very good. I think she does speak to me more than Arthur, so we'll keep her in S tier for now. Ralph is just okay. He doesn't really speak to me at all. Perdita, again, dog bias. Hey, I'll admit it. And all the musical notes. I don't think this is quite on Lady's level. She's a little hard to see. It's probably my only complaint. But when you get close and zoom in and see all the dogs with the music notes, like, man, Perdita is a very pretty looking card. It means No Worries. Another one. A little hard to see at a distance, so I'll dock it a few points for that. But when you look close, they look so happy and cheerful. And it's so colorful. Like, man, look at all that color. That pops. Yeah, I think that's good below Tamatoa. Bambi, another one. Nice. I think Bambi could have filled the space a little more, but it's colorful. It pops on the card pretty well. So I think Bambi goes well there. Cusco. Yeah, again, I like this, especially if you look close. You can see him playing with the ink bottles. Like, I love that this ink is spilling out and kind of swirling all over the place. So I'm actually going to put Cusco up next to Tamatoa because he's a little easier to see. Mother Gothel. Another one that's so much better than her Revive card. I think we'll put that just ahead of Cusco. I love the swirl coming around to make the flower. And she looks rather devious, and you see the lights behind him. Same with Fantastical, and I want to just call this the Mirabelle card, but I love that the candle is making the characters, and I guess it would be the smoke. This one really stands out, too. This set had some really good ones. Yeah, I think we'll do that. And then Into the Unknown, a little small, especially staring at it at a distance, but still Elsa looks good. And it's so different than the pose on the normal version of the card. So it gets points for me. A lot of these are A tier. Same with Rapunzel. Rapunzel, again, a little hard to see on the cards. I think she's going to go at the bottom of these, but I love the way she's holding onto her hair. I love the look on her face, and you can see the lights. Hook is, despite how large he is, and despite the fact you see the little like sand version of his ship, doesn't speak to me quite as much as these others. I don't know. Looking at him side by side, like, he does kind of stand out a little more than... He still takes up a lot of space, so maybe I'll put him right there above Into the Unknown. Wrong Lever is one of the only ones that I think is actively bad. I don't think this is conveying the card well at all. I like the original art where you're looking at it from the perspective of being down in the hole where Yzma fell. Like, Yzma's back there in this, but he's, what even is this? Like, if you didn't know what this movie was, you wouldn't even know what you're looking at right now. It's like, I guess the idea is that she got warped into this like sand hole. I don't know. I don't like this one at all. I think this one's this one's just a dud. I'll put it near the top of D just because at least it's kind of colorful, but Lilo is okay. It's a little plain. Hers is one of the plainer ones. Like, I like that she's stomping the imaginary castle, but I don't know. Granted, I didn't care for that movie that also, maybe that's influencing my decision too, but hers is just okay. Mushu, again, so like when I look at it at a distance here, it's kind of hard to tell what's going on. I like Mushu a lot as a character, but this art just, I don't know. It's kind of just okay. Kind of the same with Lilo. Similar to Wreck-It Ralph. Like Lilo, it's a little easier for me to tell what's going on. Sword of Shinyu, sorry, gets another dud. It's just a sword. Stitch is also just kind of plain. I don't really care for Stitch, and he's just like, I like that there's the little stitches, but I don't know. This one just doesn't really speak to me. Jasmine, however, I really like her facial expression. She's got like the spectral Raja there. So she's a bit higher. I don't think she's quite to the heights of these ones. Man, maybe she's, yeah, that's probably right. I'll probably put her behind Rapunzel. And Desperate Plan, this is another one I love the concept of. It's just a little hard to tell at a difference, at a distance. But I love the concept that they're both reaching for that crown. They both got their blades out. This one's not bad. We'll put this one, I'll put it behind Mushu. And last but certainly not least, set 9, for all of its failures in the normal art department and the reprints, it mostly knocks it out of the park with the Enchanteds. These are some of the best looking Enchanteds we've gotten. So let's take a look at them. Pongo looks incredible, and if you love dogs like I do, he's just all you can want in a dog. He's definitely S tier. I don't think he's quite to Mufasa level, but he's definitely up there. Beast, same. I mean, this is one of my favorite Disney characters, and his pose, the way he's almost like coming down from the ceiling with all the roses and almost like a hint of music notes. Just fantastic. And I love that they shrunk the text box for this. I love the same with like Circle. They shrunk some of these text boxes so you could see more of the art. And that is a great decision. And I think these cards absolutely benefit from it. I think Beast might actually rival Mufasa. We'll put him on that side of it. Not that these are like in an actual order. Same with Circle of Life. Looks great. A little tiny. I think the characters could have been a hair bigger. But I would definitely put it up here with like Archimedes. Belle blew my socks off when I saw this card. Holy moly. Does everything about this pose just speak to me. I think this is absolutely a top 5 Enchanted. The swirl of the leaves coming in around the rose, her with somewhat of that forward motion, her hood getting blown back. Like if there's one Enchanted I'm wanting to pull from this set. Not that I'm going to buy any boxes, but like from the random packs I'd get, let it be Belle, because, man, the moment I saw that card, I was like, okay, that card looks incredible. Pooh looks pretty good overall. Yeah, he just fills up so much of the space, and they shrunk the text box. The text box, I don't even know why he has a box. Look at him right there with all those others. That looks good. He's going next to Beast. That is very good art. Dumbo, oddly enough, so what many people are considering probably the strongest card from the set, I actually think has one of the weaker Enchanted arts. I quite like his normal art. I like that he's coming at the screen in that one. I can't quite tell what he's carrying. Is it just a big bell? Is it a package? Like, and he's chasing the feather, I guess. I don't know. This one just doesn't really work for me. Kind of unlike some of the others. I'll put it next to Circle of Life. I don't think it's even that good. Yeah, I don't know. I think he's maybe here, maybe low B even. For whatever reason, Dumbo just doesn't speak to me. Same with Genie. I think Genie's kind of plain. How do you have a character as magical as the Genie and he's just kind of there? Like, I like that he's looking at the lamp, but I don't know. He's just kind of there. Max Goof, pretty good for his first outing. This isn't a character I'm super attached to, but overall I think his art speaks pretty well. We'll put it kind of in this Clarabelle section. I think that's pretty good. Mickey, I love this Mickey. It's so big. It takes up so much room. I love how big he stands out on the card. You see that card at a glance. Oh, that's freaking Steamboat Mickey Mouse. Same with Ariel. When they get her hair going, and maybe it's just me, maybe I'm a sucker for redheads, but like the way her hair moves in the water, it just pops off the card. This one is so colorful. This is definitely like Mufasa levels. We'll put her right next to her other version. Although, see, the card itself doesn't pop as much because you don't get that bright yellow. See, I'm seeing them next to each other. Is he even better than Pongo? Maybe not. Okay, it's still very good, though. I really like that one. That's definitely an S tier card. Power Line looks great. I love the motion of him getting ready to slam that power cord. That looks really good. The concept is, yeah, he's got to go up there. He's pretty S tier. Eye to Eye also looks very good. Max and Goofy look super happy, and I love that you have Power Line behind them, so I think this one can go up here too. There's a lot of S tier ones in this set. They did really good. Mulan is okay. I'm a little underwhelmed by this one. I love how much of the space on the card she takes up. But beyond that, I feel like, I don't know, she just doesn't speak to me as much, so I'll put her about right there. Cruella, again, I think she doesn't take up enough space on the card. I like that she's looking at herself in the mirror, but this one's just kind of plain. Maybe even lower. Yeah, I don't really care for the Cruella one. I'm going to put that one kind of low. Hades. This might be a big disagreement. I don't think Hades looks good at all. I don't know why. I think there's something with his hair that, like, his hair is blending in with his background too much, or it doesn't, like, at a glance when I first saw this, I thought he was bald. I thought like he'd forgotten his fire. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is about Hades. Like, you would think this would speak to me and it'd be like, man, this one should be a banger, but It's just not. Like, I don't know. This card just does not draw me in. Lilo's okay. A little better. It's very obvious who she is. I think she's a little more defined. She's probably on par Dumbo. Scars is pretty good. A little too similar to his normal one, but at least enough difference that I like it. I think he could have been a little bigger in the frame. Let's put Scar maybe low A tier. We'll do low A tier. And Jasmine. Jasmine looks pretty good. I love the pose. I love that she's clearly in the middle of like a vault. I think we'll put her above Scar with next to her other version. So there we go. Every Enchanted card ranked in a tier list based on strictly their art. I tried to explain the ones I could, but a lot of it was just a feeling or an intuition. These are not in exact order. Like, yes, Tinkerbell's my favorite, but that doesn't mean Tinkerbell's 1 and Sisu is 2. It's just really more by tiers. These are the S tiers. These are the A tiers. I tried to put them in order as best I could, but that's not definitive. Let me know what you think. What are your favorite Enchanted arts? What are ones that you own and it's like it's the best one I own, or one that you don't own, but like, man, I want to get that one because I just absolutely love that card. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you so much. Enjoy Fabled, and until next time, take care.